Take 3. Hey beautiful, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, it's your girl Farida, also known as Curly Proverbs. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of the three key components I mentioned in my last video that should be the absolute pillars of your hair growth journey. If you're a newbie, if you're experienced, if you're working on a budget, regardless, these need to be key components of your routine. Now, this video is actually going to be in 3 segments. The first is why you need oils in your hair life. 2, we're going to actually be going shopping together. I'm going to be talking you through what you need to look out for and what things you need to completely avoid. And I'm going to be showing you some budget-friendly options for your hair oiling needs. And 3, we're going to be coming back here and I'm going to show you how to use oils in your regimen to actually get the results you have always wanted. So guys, as I mentioned in my last video, oils are absolutely crucial. No matter what your background, you are going to find oils helpful for retaining length, and over time is going to allow you to grow super long hair. A lot of the time people talk about the length and the thickness of Indian women's hair. Now, genetics plays a role in your hair thickness and your terminal length potential, but what is really ingrained in the culture is the practice of oiling hair. Literally, mom is oiling her daughter's hair, the daughter's oiling her daughter's hair, and that is like a ritual which happens like on a regular basis. And I knew Indian women who, when they moved out of home and went to university and they stopped that process, you could literally see the change in the texture, the frizz, the thickness of their hair over time. The hair started to break, and that's a fact. They started reaching for the GHDs and the hair started to break and dry. So oil, no matter what your hair type, texture, is going to really benefit. Now, the choice of oil is going to depend on your needs, but whoever you are, you need to include it in your routine. Essentially, regardless of the oil that you use, you are going to have some key components. Good fats that get absorbed into the hair is going to allow your hair to be hydrated, shiny, and move with elasticity so that it does not break. This is critical, especially for the ends of your hair. So the best thing you want to do is combine a range of different oils to get the benefits that each one is known for. Without more being said, let's actually go shopping for some oils. Okay guys, so we have found the oil section and I'm so excited. Like, this is just your typical Morrison's and there's an amazing range of oils. We've got truffle oil, we've got olive oil that's infused with garlic. You know, infused with garlic means it's going to have lots of sulfur, which is great for hair growth, hair thickening. So I think that the section of oils that is the largest in the store has to be the olive oils. Like, you've got so many different colors, and sometimes the color is actually an indicator of the quality. So if you can get one that's darker, that looks more opaque, that speaks to it being less refined and less processed. And to be honest, like, I'm learning more and more as I am speaking to different vendors, purchasing, trying lots of different samples. I'm actually learning that the processing has a massive impact on the quality that you can expect, whether we're talking about powders or we're talking about oils. So let's look at a few options here. So you can see even within the same brand, you can see varying different colors. My bet would be that this is going to be more nutrient dense and actually very similar in price. Up here you can see for £9, you can see cold extract and unfiltered extra virgin olive oil. And if I was going to hold these near each other, you can see a difference in the opacity, which means the amount of light that's going through, and the actual color is also different as well. So my guess would be, I reckon this is the oil that I'm going to be buying today. A lot of oils sit on the hair, so even though they're great, things like castor oil, sesame oil, they actually sit on the hair, but olive oil and coconut oil, they actually penetrate because they've got smaller fatty acid chains, so they can get into the cuticles. So I reckon I will be picking this up. But I mean, if you're on a budget, £1.85, I don't really think you can beat that, to be honest. and you're getting a quarter of a litre, that will see you through a couple of months. And I also wanted to point out here that this oil here is light in colour. You have refined and virgin olive oils mixed together. So that's actually quite interesting. I didn't know that there was such a product. But yeah, that's quite interesting. If my husband found out I just spent nearly £9 on olive oil, I think I would be in massive trouble. Ghee, believe it or not, butter. My mother-in-law grew up in Punjab and she said that they used to use that on her hair all the time. Almond oil, firm favourite. And actually, when I first started,
you were just holding the butter ghee, organic. This
yeah.
is your proper one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know these are in the market there, but this is organic.
It looks so good.
It looks so good. You can see the color, the taste. You have tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, do you know anything much about like how these oils are used in like hair care and Indian tradition? So, for example, you're Pakistani though, aren't you? Very similar. Are you from Punjab region or no?
Yeah, I'm Punjabi.
Oh, you
Punjab.
are?
Yeah, I'm in the border area. You know, with the
yes,
Indian
yes,
Punjab.
yes.
I'm from Lahore.
You're from Lahore. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me, like, when you were kids, what oils did Mum use in your hair? I'm sure.
Always this. There was no existence of all the other like vegetables, sunflower.
Oh really?
The
Was it
only
ghee?
oil it was proper ghee.
Really? Oh.
If
And
you
you still got all
if you
that
forget
hair
about all
intact.
them and just eat that, you will be healthier.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Mustard. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This
Mustard
is
oil.
it's good for lots of things though.
It
Like
comes in. This is the mild version,
yeah.
but the other one is called kachi kani.
Kachi
Kachi
kani.
kani means it is not processed. It's not
Okay.
lighter.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's talk through some of the options that we got from the shop. I was really excited that the guy in the shop was actually talking me through what he used as a child, what his mother used on his hair as a child. And I was reminded by that my mother-in-law had mentioned that her mum used to put butter in her hair, ghee. So obviously it's got all the milky goodness, especially, you know, if it's grass-fed, super thick. And people in the Indian tradition actually swear by this as a butter, an oil that they put into their hair. So I found that to be really, really interesting. Now, let me talk you through one of my absolute favorites. Guys, castor oil is absolutely bae. Recently I had a lady who was shedding massively on my Facebook group. She came on and she had to make a video about castor oil. She was using it and suddenly the hair fall that she'd been experiencing for an age actually stopped from her first application of this oil. Super thick, it's like honey, super hydrating, super defining and great for shine to the hair. Almond oil, this is a staple and a favorite, and to be honest, you can generally find it quite affordable. KTC, I highly recommend this brand. It's 100% pure almond oil, and honestly, it is the perfect oil for in wintertime. It's great for shine, it's great for hydration. Vatica, now, we had a moment, didn't we, with this oil? Let's roll that clip. This oil, I'm just like looking through some of the ingredients. I just grabbed one out of the lineup that's not familiar, right? TBHQ. By the way, this is also added to food. According to the National Library of Medicine, cases of visual disturbances have been reported in humans that consume TBHQ. It also cites that it's found liver enlargement, neurotoxic effects, convulsions and paralysis in laboratory animals. It's in this oil. You see why you just need to just get something that's just got natural ingredients, please. What a shame. I picked it up too. I was excited about the garlic, but that alone is enough to just put me off. Like, I think a principle that you can employ whenever you're out and about, if it says a word and it's not a natural ingredient, it's not a plant-based ingredient, it's not something you would cook and eat, don't put it on your scalp and your body, because guess what? When you're in a situation where there's any heat, like you jumped in the shower or anything like that, you get something called vasodilation. I know Chica's gonna love this. And things just get absorbed into your bloodstream, because when you get hot, things get absorbed into your bloodstream. You don't. Oh, that's a shame. I feel really let down because I used to use Vatica. Used to be my babe, but. So when it comes to blends, guys, like literally, if it's not a plant, you don't want it, okay? If your budget extends, of course, you have pre-blended oils like this fenugreek elixir, which actually has henna at the base of it. It's just left to continue infusing through the life of the oil. It also has castor oil. It also has fenugreek seeds at the base of it. It's got coconut oil. It's got vitamin C, and it's got various different essential oils. You do get what you pay for at the end of the day. So, you know, a blended oil does balance out all the different properties. So yeah, worth taking a look at that. And finally, the last one I really wanted to mention was actually using a butter. So if you have hair that really gets dry, if it's like super hot, or if it is like really cold where you're at, you want to try melting a teaspoon of butter into your hair mask, and it's going to completely transform the hair game. Avocado, mango, shea butter, or cocoa butter, they all work great. Guys, so let's talk about how you can use it. There's several different ways that you can use oils. I highly recommend using it on your ends to seal your ends. So once you've used your leave-in conditioner, get a little bit of oil into your hand and run it through the ends of your hair, because that's the most fragile and the most prone to break. The second way you can use it is actually by applying oil into your scalp. It's penetrating into the follicle, and it's going to allow your hair to grow more hydrated than it would have otherwise. And it's also going to help relieve itchiness and dryness of the scalp. The third way you can use an oil is actually to put a measure of it into your deep conditioning treatment. It just takes your deep conditioner from good to excellent, because again, it's just adding that extra hydration, that extra shine, that extra manageability. Okay, so how often should you use these 3 different applications? Well, it's really up to you. When I first started my journey, I literally oiled my scalp every single day and my ends twice a day. I came to realize that was overkill. It's not necessary. Feel your hair, listen, is it starting to feel dry? Is it starting to feel thirsty? Use the oils on your ends then. I would also recommend maybe applying oil to your scalp every other day. And of course, a weekly deep condition with your oil added will be just fine. So, how long before you see results? Honestly, it does depend on the oil, and it does depend on the frequency of use. But I have to say, if you're using, for example, castor oil, within a week or 2, you're going to start to feel the difference in the hydration, especially of your new growth that's coming out of the scalp that you're oiling with it. You're going to see an improvement in the definition of your hair. And yeah, it's not going to take you much time at all. In a couple of months, maybe 60 days, you're going to have people commenting on the shine. You're going to have people commenting on the thickness and hydration, those kinds of things. You're going to actually start to notice. So it doesn't really take that long. Okay, guys, so I hope you have some new ideas as to some oils that you might want to try. I definitely do. I'm going to be trying this ghee. I'm super excited for it. I mean, I'm going to smell good, that's for sure. But yeah, just a reminder, listen, you do not have to spend a pretty penny. You can do this on a budget. The main thing is actually just to be consistent, and you can build from basic up. You can build from a simple single oil to maybe a blended oil, or maybe making even your own blend. So happy hair growing, and let me know in the comment section below if you like this sort of simple kind of resource kind of format, because it could be something that we do more often. And let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see in this format. Okay, deuces.